With GTA Vice City done, we have the opportunity to return to Skyrim. I thought I was done with this series back when I started Vice City, but I had no idea just how much more to the game there was, although maybe I should have. And although we've done a few episodes since then, this will be the first time it's back in the regular series. I don't know if I'll finish the whole game while doing this, but we are going to try and do at least another half dozen, maybe dozen episodes, really sort of get, push as far as we can in that sort of time. So what are we up to? Well, we've been working on the Thieves Guild questline, and as we are right now, we have Carlia back in the guild, and we need to take on Merthyr Frey. So let's go. There was some confusion, partially because I didn't know where to go, and partially because I had forgotten how to open the secret door. But when I eventually did, I realised I needed to go somewhere out of town but nearby, to a big rock. Oh, it's the headquarters of the Nightingales. That makes a bit more sense. And that's because we're becoming Nightingales. I wasn't expecting that, but yeah, sure, I'm up for it. I'm especially up for it because we get fancy new armour, and damn, that armour looks so much cooler than what I was wearing before. I feel like I may have found my new permanent armour. It might not have as much protection as my original steel armour, but goddamn does it look cool. Oh yeah, we're here to do a mission. After the fashion show stuff, I had completely forgotten about that. I'm basically turning into Finn. And now we're going to perform a ritual. Not what I had in mind when I originally joined the Thieves Guild, but sure. I also wasn't expecting to speak to an actual Daedra prince, but all went well, and now we know what we need to do. We need to get the Skeleton King back, because it belongs to Nocturnal, and without it we don't have the natural luck of the thieves. And Merthyr Frey had it. I guess that means we have to kill him. This is also the point where I learned that I'm taking over the guild. Yeah, really. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but I'm more than okay with taking that responsibility, and no doubt the money that comes with it. Anyway, let's get Merthyr Frey. We know where he's likely going to be, and it's not an easy place to find. Bit of a awkward to find up a mountain kind of place. Kind of goes without saying that I ran around the mountain like a headless chicken for a bit. Eventually though, I do find my way, and he's with some dwarven ruins with some bandits around, but this was honestly easy to deal with when we got inside. I also noticed when I was there that Lydia wasn't. Turns out we can't bring her in here, and we're going to have to head forward alone. Good news is it's not that difficult. There are some enemies, some traps, especially fire, and some more enemies, but it's all the kind of thing I've handled before easily. When we head down the lift, we find out that while we don't have Lydia, it's because we don't really need her. We have Brynjolf and Carlia instead. It doesn't take long until we spot him, but of course we can't get to him. It can't be that easy. This area though, the enemies, mostly Falmer, are a lot harder, but there are 3 of us, so no major concern. Especially since Carlia and Brynjolf do a lot more damage than I do. We find some fancy arrow traps, which I do try, but I've never had a good aim with arrows, and that hasn't changed. Progress is slow, and I wouldn't want to say I did it perfectly, because I did die, but it wasn't super challenging. I went for most battles, except the Dwarven Centurion. We killed the Falmer around it, because we had to, but we very much crept past him. That is not a battle I need to deal with. We kept moving down into the slave pens, lovely place, and again, progress is slow, but consistent. I'm certainly spending a lot more time here than I would have liked, but it's also a reasonable amount of time, so I can't really complain. Finally, we open the door to the sanctuary, and well, we found Merthyr. He would have been a very difficult person for us to have missed, huh? Oh, we've been dropped to the floor. By ourselves. So that means solo boss battle. Fun! We give Merthyr one chance, just one, but of course he doesn't take it. Which works for me. This is the bastard who stabbed me after all. I expected him to be hard, and actually, he wasn't. Don't get me wrong, he has more health than me, and he hits harder than me, but I can get my hits in, heal, and head back in, no trouble. With a Nightingale blade, how fitting, we end his life and take back the key, along with some other treasures that we're going to sell on later, of course. Only problem is now the room is flooding, and as near as I can tell, there's no way out. This is a problem. And a half. Except it's not, because there's actually a ledge and a way out at the very top. I just couldn't get there until the water levels rose enough. Once they did, we easily got out and into the main cave, and hey Lydia, you're back! Oh, and also more importantly, we should probably return the key. I had a chat with Carlia, she tells us where to go, gives us a bow, thank you very much, and sends us on our way. It's time to return the key alone. We would have gotten there nice and quickly, but unfortunately some rude bastard got in our way. And by a rude bastard, I am of course referring to a frost dragon. Yeah, it seemed ending the war hadn't exactly stopped their attacks, but I'm a pretty good dragon killer at this point, so I'm fine with that. Anyway, back to the quest. We run into an ancient vampire and her guardian on the way, which I wasn't expecting, but we kill them and head into the Twilight Sepulchre. Once more, we have to go in alone and have a chat with a ghost. The ghost in question, though, is Gareth, Carlisle's lover, the man that was murdered by Merthyr Frey. He's here, standing guard, even in death. I have to walk the trials alone, though. I wonder what's in store. Firstly, there are enemies, quite tough ones to take by myself, but it's nothing I can't handle. The room is more difficult than the enemy, though, especially this one. It's filled with poison gas and arrow traps, and getting through it is challenging. I tried a few different tactics, but nothing until I figured it out. From this first platform, I can dash to the second, and then I can very quickly run down the stairs, through the doors, and I'm there. The statue confused me for a bit until I see a chain, and then it clicks, that's the entrance. We head into the inner sanctuary, which seems like it would be very dangerous, but it turned out there was nothing. Eventually we find a hole with nothing in it, and I just walk in, because I'm smart. And now we're trapped, with the remains of the last sod who fell down here. Well, isn't that just dandy? Turned out that was the right place to go, and the skeleton key opens it up and takes us to where it belongs. We put it in and hello there, how you doing? I wouldn't mind getting to know you when it's nocturnal, if you know what I mean. No, baddie P. Anyway, this is Daedra Prince Nocturnal. I believe it's the first one we've met in the flesh, and she's certainly condescending. But we finished the mission, so it's not all bad. And Carlisle just appeared. Hi, where did you come from? Now we're given the choice of 3 abilities to get, but then I accidentally just picked one, so I guess that's what we're going with. Achievement though, which is nice. And also, it's good to see Carlisle and Gallus meet up again one last time before we have to move on. It's good the two of them got to see each other again. And here we are. We've done the Thieves Guild questline entirely, and we're done with this episode. I've become a nightingale, got some sick armour, found and slaughtered Merthyr Frey and secured the skeleton key, returned that skeleton key, met the beautiful Nocturnal and got empowered. That sounds like a euphemism, but it actually isn't. And we finished the quest with the Thieves Guild. I'm sure there's some little bits I can do with them still, like side stuff, but that's the main quest done. We have a lot more to do with this game though. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time when we start tackling some of those other bits.